Yep, that's right, you guessed it. I'm having a laugh watching some more Ghost Hunters television. Well, I know some of the videos I've done recently have seemed a little, not skeptical, but even possibly even overtly negative against some of the views and values and ideas that are present within New Age communities, within like the New Age stroke occult stroke divination and tarot stroke witchcraft stroke all the rest of it type set of ideas. But I think that's natural, and I'm still pretty sure that when Aleister Crowley wrote the word science in his definition, Science and Art of Change in Conformity with the Will, he was trying to stimulate thought and criticism. Right, I've seen another YouTuber recently say that magic, in inverted commas, is about the study of energy, or about learning about energy. And I felt that it couldn't be further from the truth. If she's talking about this energy in inverted commas, she's talking about something that's believed. So essentially, from her point of view, the word magic does not mean science. It means learning or being indoctrinated into a certain quantity or quality of belief structure rather than actual thought, analysis, criticism, and trying to improve a basis and background of knowledge. Now, can that actually help? Just because a person somewhere in the world believes something, does that make it real? Just because a person or a body of people believes something, does that make it true? Just because, let's say, a conspiracy theorist has an idea that they think is real, does that mean to say that idea is real? No. You see, when belief gets in the way, it can present a lot of problems. It can make a person stop thinking and stop thinking for themselves. And it makes that person who has stopped thinking then promote ideas or a perspective to other people. But still from the point of view of an individual whose thought processes have come to a stop. I mean, that's wrong. I mean, despite everything I've said, I still do circle casting in a vaguely Wiccan manner. I still do prayer. I still do meditation. I still visualize symbols and see whether they have a different effect upon my mind or a state of being. I still try and experience the various supernatural or allegedly supernatural things. I've done some interesting experiments recently with astral projection and had some interesting sensations and interesting experiences, but these are just experiences. Naturally, the best book I've ever read on the subject of astral projection was by Sylvan Muldoon and Hereward Carrington, and it's just called The Projection of the Astral Body, and I seriously recommend that you get it because it is pretty fucking amazing, okay? What else would I say? I mean, when I'm doing my weird shit, for want of a better phrase, I'm doing it to get an experience and to enjoy the strange experiences. But these experiences, if used incorrectly, I feel, will generate the belief of, yes, there are angels, archangels, spirits, and the rest of it. And I feel if used more properly, it brings you to a point of realizing that there's just even more that we don't know, and that you don't know, and that I don't know, and that we can't know. It appears that there's a certain section of the New Age world which regards something that's old as being important, or regards something that's written down by somebody who was a part of a particular group of people as being facts. In that respect, as well as many others, I see no real difference between those individuals and the fundamentalist creationists. or indeed the fascists, because there's no questions being asked. It's more a question of, that's what's written, therefore I'm going to stop there, or that's what someone else has said or laid down for us, in inverted commas, or that's the tradition, therefore we must do it. To which I would always have to continually ask the question, why? And I don't feel that there's anybody who can provide me with what I would regard as a satisfactory answer for why I should do things in a certain in their way or follow their traditions. I feel it's more important to look at what kinds of structure people have to their various apparently supernatural attempts or attempts at activities, such as ritual magic and so on and so forth, and work out where there are correlations between that and psychological things, and from that to try and develop your own methodology and to explore and to experiment and see what happens. That's essentially all that we can realistically do. When we come to the subject of spell casting, how on earth is that supposed to be tested? If you're going for a job interview and you do a candle burning to see whether you're going, to make that job application work out right for you, and you get the job, what is the proven, and I mean proven or provable, cause and effect relationship between you lighting that candle and getting that job? What is it? Where is it? However, doing a similar spell casting, so to speak, exercise to help you to, lose some personality or character trait that you've got you don't want, like irritation, anger, frustration, resentment, bitterness, that could have an effect if you purely see it as a psychological exercise. So, we can go into the occult, stroke witchcraft type traditions and use them in a psychological, psychotherapeutic, or psychoanalytical therapeutic manner, without any real hypocrisy, so long as we're not stating to other people and stating to ourselves that this is a genuine spiritual experience. Although, and this is the interesting bit, it appears that it's important to hoodwink yourself into thinking that this is a genuine spiritual experience or a genuine religious experience when you're doing it. To, stop yourself from analyzing too much when you're actually doing it. Does that make any sense? Well, it is late and I am tired, so maybe I'm rambling a little, but do you get where I'm coming from here? But after you've done it, and you do get the results you want, let's say the resentment or bitterness or anger is taken away from you or lifted from you somehow, one would assume by psychological means, there is the temptation to simplify the analysis of what's happened to the point of just pure theistic religious belief, namely that, no, it really was God which took this away from me, or, the angel came down and took away my anger, or something like that. I admit that if one develops a lifestyle based around religious ideas and one uses religion in this way, it's probable, I feel this is just like an estimate, me throwing an idea out there, see if anyone salutes it, you know what I mean? It is probable that the psychological benefit of the prayerful exercise would be more powerful if you've invested a lot more belief in it. But what if you don't want to invest tons and tons of belief in your religious or spiritual world, and you still want to be able to think? Well, then you've got to take more of an attitude like NickDutch does, and say that, it's only during this exercise am I going to believe that I'm in contact with God or the angels or whatever the fuck it is, okay? And the rest of my time, I'm just going to, be normal. Anyway. Just a pleasing ramble for today. Good fortune, God and or goddess and or none of the above bless. NickDutch signing out for now.